Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever this video finds you, I hope you're having a rad time. I'm the Figure Dude, and on today's custom figure showcase, I'm going to be showing off my New Japan collection. Without further ado, let's talk about some figures. Dude. Welcome back. Like I said, today is the second ever episode of my figure showcase, and I'm going to be showing off the New Japan collection that I have built up so far. Kenny Omega and this Jon Moxley have both been featured on the channel, and I realized I have a lot of other New Japan guys, and I mean, these are AEW guys, but these are New Japan attires that they're wearing. I have a lot of New Japan characters that I just have not been able to post on my channel yet. I do have the Painmaker Jericho in this collection. Everything else I'm going to show you, though, is a custom, and I actually have a lot of stuff planned as far as adding to my New Japan collection for this year. I do plan to do a video talking about all the things I want to do with my channel, some customs I want to do, just a lot of stuff like that. It'll be coming out soon, as well as I promise I'm going to be talking about my figure giveaway. I would like to give away one of my customs to someone, because honestly I just appreciate all the support, and it is the least I could do to show back some of that gratitude that I have for you guys. Anyway, we're going to start off the showcase for today, and we've got Kenny in the ring, we've got Moxley in the ring, so I'm going to add my Minoru Suzuki, and he is, we've seen him on AEW a few times. So I just started using this new camera. I've had it for a while, but I have mostly just focused on using my phone, which has worked, but I'm trying to step things up. You can see I'm in my new arena. I got my new setup, but here's my Minoru Suzuki. He's got the Arn Anderson torso. That thicker Arn Anderson torso. I gave him just single jointed arms, just some plain Daniel Bryan arms. And this head scan is from Haus Fourteen. It came in one of the misprint lots I got from him a while ago. And then, as far as legs go, I gave him Daniel Bryan legs, and then he's got the longer Stone Cold calves, so that he still kind of had that height, but he wasn't like super built. So this was one I always say this. When a custom just turns out, it turns out, and this is one that I just fell in love with. I was really happy with how it did turn out. So there's my Minoru Suzuki. Next up, we have one that a lot of people have been making. He's been making some big rounds in the custom figure community, but we have Will Ospreay. Let me focus a little better here. So this head scan is actually from not Haus Fourteen, from Federation. I got, just looking here, I got a bunch from Haus Fourteen. This one is from Federation. He has a few different Ospreay scans, and this attire is from the Super Junior tournament. I want to say it was 2017 or 18. I plan on making a few more Ospreys, but this was a attire I thought would be manageable the first time around. I didn't need anything crazy. Again, he's got the Arn Anderson torso, just a little bit bigger. Gave him a CM Punk elbow pad, and then I did give him the double jointed treatment. But this will be the first of what I plan to be many Will Ospreays. And actually, not all of these decals. Most of these decals are from Curbstomp, but I do have one of my figures from 3XR Studio. Some of his decals are in here as well, but we'll get there. Next up is, I mean, honestly, the face. If he's not the face, he's 1B of New Japan, is Kazuchika Okada. And this figure is, so I've had, technically, whoa, what are we doing here? Sorry, this is bugging out. Okay, here we go. Okada. So, actually, I forgot to paint his eyebrows on. But this is just one of the attires. He has his attires are so unique. They're so cool. What I did was just went with the black attire because I didn't have gold knee pads. This is a guy I'd like to revisit. His attires are so cool looking. He's got the like pants look I thought about doing, but I just went with kind of what pops in my head. So again, these decals are from Curbstomp. I gave him the thicker torso, gave him the plain black boots, but I painted the laces, and then the knee pads are both decals. The calves are from, I didn't acetone this off, just because I wasn't going to see it on my shelf. The calves are from the SummerSlam Edge figure, and then the upper legs are from a Jack Swagger Elite, I believe. Jack Swagger or Mr. Perfect. I think Jack Swagger, though, like Elite 26. So, you can't have a New Japan without Okada. Here's mine. Another head scan from Haus 14. Great head scan. I just didn't finish the head all the way. I'm going to paint like the buzzed blonde on the sides, and then got to give him eyebrows, but we're getting there on Okada. You can't have a New Japan collection without the Rainmaker. Next up here, so I'm just going to throw this in here. I was telling you I have my Painmaker Jericho, and I did swap around a few of the AEW pieces, but here's my my New Japan Jericho. I needed the Painmaker for this specific spot on the shelf. This is obviously his AEW figure. I like this head scan. The jacket's cool. I do have a Painmaker shirt. I just prefer the jacket on him. The scarf, I don't think this is the scarf that came with him. I actually got this Painmaker Jericho off eBay, and then he didn't come with the scarf that he was supposed to. So I might have just taken this from his Festival of Friendship figure. I don't remember. Or maybe it was an Alberto Del Rio. I don't remember where it came from. It was in my fodder bin, but you can't have Jericho without his scarf. So there's Painmaker Jericho. Needed him for the New Japan branch of the shelf. Whoopsie. Next up here is Zack Sabre Jr. And he is a guy that I acknowledge is very, very good at wrestling, but personally, I just don't find him that fun to watch. But he's vital to my New Japan collection. I just gave him the plain black attire. He's got the ZSJ on the back. So I went a little different with my formula. I've seen a lot of people, they use like the Daniel Bryan legs, and then they'll just use the plain black kick pads. But he doesn't wear knee pads, and then he wears like his socks from under his knee pads kind of high, and they're slim. So I wanted that slimmer look. I gave him the like Ric Flair legs. I gave him the short boots so that it was just kind of like slimmer all the way down. And then I gave him double jointed arms because the man's capable of some crazy technical maneuvers, and you have to have the double jointed arms to get that across. Again, this head's from Haus 14. I think it looks really good. This one is done. I've painted everything that needs to be painted, but you know, I appreciate technical wrestling. It's just I feel like Zack Sabre Jr. has a lot of hits and kicks that don't look like they hurt very bad, and I wish he'd up his intensity a little more, I guess is what I'm saying. Either way, he's very important to the New Japan collection. Could not have this without him. Moving on. Next up is my Kota Ibushi, and this is one I love this Kota Ibushi custom I did. It was a long time coming. I've had this Golden Lovers shirt for I don't know how long. It says tag team with Kenny Omega. You see here, it says best bout machine. Or it's not going to focus. One of those two. Yep, not going to focus. That's okay. Not the end of the world. Oh yeah, now I messed things up. There he is. Okay, anyway, he's got his Golden Lover shirt. This head scan is from Haus 14. I got a bunch from him, and he does a lot of New Japan stuff. he actually has a whole run of Bullet Club guys coming. So I will be hopping on those. I would like I said, I have a lot of stuff I have coming up that I'd really like to finish. Or just add to my collection, a lot of Bullet Club guys especially. So, blue attire. This is from one of the G1 Climax tournaments. I think it was when he actually won it a few years ago. He's kind of been MIA in New Japan this year, but still, he was voted into the Wrestling Observer Hall of Fame. And I think that, however you feel about the Wrestling Observer, that says a lot about Ibushi. He's an integral part of New Japan and its history, so it was definitely worth adding him to my collection. Last but not least, we have the current New Japan Heavyweight Champion. We have the Switchblade Jay White. So I currently have him. This belt is from M&M Figure Clothing. I think I got it a long time ago. So I have this belt. I have the US belt on Moxley, excuse me. But the head scan here is another Haus 14. The decals are from 3XR Studio, which I have his whole decal library I paid for. You can see I've got the Switchblade on the boot there. Got his tally marks on the side. What did I use for him? I used a Victor body? Or no, I used Mr. T legs. Mr. T legs with the design acetone, the stripes acetoned off, and then the calves are from a Victor figure. So, kept him in scale. I gave him the ripped up torso because he is a shredded guy, but I don't think he's necessarily a huge guy. And then I had to give him double jointed arms because he's the current heavyweight champion. He had to look good. So that is everyone in my New Japan collection. I have a lot I want to add. I want to go back and add the OG Bullet Club guys. Want to add some guys that are in it currently, like Ace Austin and Chris Bay. I mean, like I said, I'm going to get to it. I have a massive list of figures I would like to add to my collection in this coming year. Then the more I look at it, it's going to be more than just a year. There's so much on my list. I have a lot to share, really. So hopefully you guys like this showcase. Last week I did Rollins. Like I said, I want to do some stables. I'm going to do collections like this. Like, obviously these guys aren't in a big group, but they all do belong to New Japan and at some one time or another. And this just happens to be my whole New Japan collection at the time. So if you guys have cool ideas, you can leave it in the comments, and if I have that, I'll go over it. So like DX, obviously, I have a lot of DX figures. I have the Army, I have their ring attires, I have some alternate attire customs I've made, just a lot of stuff like that. If there's a cool group, a stable, a certain collection like New Japan, or you want like TNA guys, leave it in the comments and I will absolutely get to it in a future episode of Showcase. But if you want to watch last week's with Rollins, you can go ahead and click the video right here. If you want to watch any of my other videos, go to my channel, check out. I have a lot of stuff. I got customs, I've got work in progress, I've got my unboxings, you name it. But yeah, that's going to wrap things up for today. Like, share, subscribe. I know I've been going on and on. Sometimes that I just get going and I can't stop. Anyway, I'll wrap things up. If you leave this video with one thing, remember, you can't buy happiness, but you can buy figures. Figure Dude, out.